Yeah, that's good. Alright. Let's warm up the game. Okay. Now we're in it. Alright, what's happening, fellas? Your boy Hardcorn's back. And today we've got some, a little farming mission today. Nothing too severe, just more or less hanging out. Talk about what's going on with our weekends, what we got planned. And also for what we're going to, we've been doing today. I got some things I want to talk about first, though. Today's goal is to farm the rest of Asuka's rival costume. Let's look at that first. It's going to take several scrolls. I think it takes 160 scrolls for her to get the item. Like, first we got to make them, obviously, but I have the items to do it. Let's see. We have... She can make 46. We have 46 right now. We need a total of how much? Let's see. 60. So we need to get 14 of those. So that's 14 times 3, which is 52, I think. We need 52 of those scrolls. What is this? 14 times 3. Oh, it's 42. What am I thinking? 60. That's times 4. But now we need 42 little scrolls left, and we can transform a whole bunch of other stuff from nanometals into fibers as well if we need to. And we've got plenty of those accelerators if need be. And of course we're going to do the event because it's a times 10. For the last couple of days I've been farming it on the times 5 for regular daily events, but here, now it's actually times 10 and actually worth doing so. Turn that shit on for times 10% stuff. We're going to get a lot of resources really fast. Alright, let's get started. First of all, we got to see who we got first. Of course, we have Aina over here with her friend costume. I was waiting for that. Got to show that off because it comes with the removable eye patch. Stunning color. She's purple now, everybody. And she's in red. That's fine. Well, let's get started. How do I have so many materials for the costumes? Yeah, the Valentine's box has a chance of dropping 3 materials every time you draw a box. It's extremely consistent, and you're able to get something like... And it rolls from a really strong pool, too. So you have... Because it doesn't pull from the same boxes that the friendship boxes do, which pull from a thing of 1 to 10. It's like 1, 5, and 10. With the Valentine's boxes, it always pulls 3. So if you get 1 in there, it's extremely consistent. That means you can instantly convert it into another one if you need to. Like if you need a nanometal, you're instantly able to get it out from the box and turn it into a scroll. It's the this is the most important grind the game has done so far. Should you be burning all those millions of energy? Yes. Yes, 100%. Because that box drops gems, it drops limited gacha tokens, it drops paint buckets, it drops a lot of stuff. I know it also drops chocolate as well, which is worth the same as a Fuma doll. Like you need to fucking get on this like right now. Because I think it goes away next Tuesday. So for like when I saw the materials inside the box and what it's gonna look like for the next like few weeks, I'm like, yeah, I cannot miss this at all. So I just put on Emily, turn on the times 10 thing, and just go to town with it. Is there a reason why the limited gacha tokens don't appear in the inventory? That's probably a bug. I wouldn't be surprised if it was something bugged in the first place, because they appear on the banner itself. Oh yeah, that's also another thing. Next week we're going to get the limited Rin banner, and you're going to be able to use all those tokens you farmed by, doing these missions and doing that. Who knows, if you farm enough of these missions, you'll be able to get the no, I want the green version of this. You'll be able to get like Rin's limited, I think it's supporter and weapon instantly. Or at least enough desire to do it. Hang on, let me check how many of those I have. Look, we already, look at that, we've done 2 runs when we've only got 1. Let's see, where is it? It would be in materials down here, wouldn't it? No, this is just time of VR stuff. I don't see it. Well, I don't care very much. I have it anyways. How much of Rin's costume do you think is going to be censored for iOS? The suit itself is an entirely black bodysuit, so I don't know what they're exactly going to change in terms of censoring. Like, just make her completely black at this point. Like, just put her in a burqa at this rate. She's completely covered up. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish with that. Oh, I don't need gold, honey. I need, critical boosters. There it is. I need Laura, and I need, oh my god, where are you, honey? Oh, there you are. There's Yuno. We don't need the crit booster since she's actually, like, really high up. There's Kaoru. Triple burst isn't gonna do much for us. We need fastest shot. Drone shooter. Yeah. There we go. Now we got full farm mode on. That skin looks actually really good for Rin. It's got Raiden's visor on the front from his like Metal Gear Solid 4 days. What I'm most concerned about though is like it looks like it's supposed to be similar to like Asagi's White Almighty outfit. And I don't mind that. I love Asagi's White Almighty outfit. It's really good. And the Android version has more skin. I need to see that again because they had just had the Time of TV video of it today, and I'm wondering just how much is going to be changed in the official release. Because it releases, what, next week, I think? I'm pretty sure it does. But I know when I saw the outfit, I immediately thought, oh man, it's gonna be Gantz. It's gonna be the fucking anime everybody keeps forgetting about that Rin's original costume is supposed to be a design reference to. I remember I also, when like Rin came out, I colored her outfit to look the same way as the Gantz girls do. But now Rin actually gets it for herself. It almost makes me feel like they're listening, but I don't know, I'm just gonna attribute that to myself. I would absolutely love it if they did, though. And we got this half Raiden, half Gantz costume. You wish Aina got Yukikaze's outfit? I don't, because I don't want anything Yukikaze related touching a character I like. It's useless. Like with Sue, she got Yukikaze's costume, and I don't want that. I wanted Sue to get something else. I want Sue to get Mary's costume. That would have been way better. But in the perfect world of Time of TV, Lady's a boss. That would be pretty fun as well. They actually have a collaboration event with their own franchise. Ooh, that was way too early. But, Aina getting Emily's costume is probably one of my favorite things in the world, because Emily's default costume is one of my favorites in the game. It looks really good on Emily, and it looks really good on Asuka too. So the fact they gave it to Aina is fantastic. Great look. I love it. What colors do you guys usually go for when you play this game? Like when you go like roll for colors to get on a certain character, which ones do you go for? Typically for me, I always go for purple. Because the way this game renders dark colors is really good. Like most of the Taimanin characters have a bunch of blacks, grays, greens, and purple on them. So they, I guess the way that they render the game is makes it look really good on them. Because I colored Aina and I colored Rinko to have a bunch of purple on them, and it looks fantastic. Anything that's like really bright colors tends to look really gaudy and terrible because they either have a reflective texture or they have a really bad-looking metal texture on them. So it makes something like Asuka's body is entirely metal, so it, everything is insanely reflective and looks terrible with her. It's really hard to get good colors for Asuka that are on like her default outfit. Oh, I hide the cursor. But you are over there here like black with silver trim. Well, that's pretty good. Oh, there it is. There's the bug again. I will. See, here's the thing about how this game renders black on characters. You can't actually tell what color it actually is in the first place when you go roll for it on that screen, because sometimes you think you actually got black, but in reality it's like dark brown or purple, but you can't tell what it is because of the way the screen is. But you always give those girls at least a pink and white outfit because the Taimanins just look hot in super bimbo colors. That's right. We need to give every one of them tans massive bolt-ons because that's what they deserve. I mean, look at Aina over here. She needs those bimbos, that's for sure. These are bimbo colors. Like I remember a long time ago, I was coloring Asagi's I was coloring Asagi's original suit because I wanted it in like really rich dark black. Because Asagi has a regular black suit, but I wanted it to be like pure void darkness black because I wanted to see what it would look like on a reflective surface, and it looks absolutely horrible because it rendered it as purple. And that purple looks absolutely terrible because it was like a two-tone color, because I got the center part to be black but the rest of her body to be like, I don't know, do you guys know what like a mulberry is or like a blackberry? It's that kind of purple. You can barely see it. I don't know, but I'm proud that I got the this color combination for Aina because it looks really good since it matches the original purple of her default outfit. Nui looks really good with delicious shades of brown and gold. Oh yeah, that's actually a really good one. I think Shizuru's default, when Shizuru gets her friend costume, it's a similar situation. Because Shizuru's is like, I think, light brown or like gold colored, and it's Shiranui's outfit. And you think you can apply the same thing to Shiranui's costume itself. When I colored Shiranui's costume, I made her Captain America. And it actually looks pretty solid on her, because it makes her look like a Saturday morning cartoon hero. And I like it. It's really good. Like, the coloring system is extremely limited in this game, but it's like, sometimes you can get things that look really good. It just makes me wish they had more than 3 regions for you to color in the first place. Ooh, I didn't need to do that. Let's see. Shizuru can pull out green and brown super well. Her Secret Garden outfit makes her look like Poison Ivy. The Shizuru's Secret Garden outfit I actually colored to be like pure red because I'll say this much: Shizuru's like color is obviously supposed to be red, and she looks fantastic in it. Like I spent the time and I got everything colored for it, and it makes it look like she's wearing red latex for it. And I'm like, that's great. That's perfect. I love it. Because it gives her that nice contrast with that massive head of hair she has. It's so good. Because it's not just enough to like think of the color for like, oh, we got a color for a character. We're gonna give them red. We're gonna give them brown, gold. What say you? We're gonna have we gotta get some color coordination. What color's gonna go with their hair? Does it make their head look bigger? Does it make them look like I got a super fat ass with it? Or does it mute it? You know, that's color coordination, baby. But you spend over there 4,000 tickets and you got the Taimanin girl on the last pull. Oh, that's sad shit right there, man. Like, there can't be anything. That's always the worst part. Is you spend like all those tokens and like all those tickets, and you get to the very end of the box and it's like nothing. Like, man, I still remember when they had the contest, I think last year. It was very early last year, where you had to make the worst possible color combination for any of the girls. And everybody looked like they were like your friend's Lego brick cabinet, and you were making whatever you thought to. How you doing there, Jeff? What's up? Good to see you again. For those just tuning in, we're trying to farm Aina's. No, we already have Aina's rival costume. We're gonna try to farm Asuka's rival costume, which requires us another 14 red scrolls, which equates to 42 gray scrolls. It's not an impossible task, but it sure is gonna take a long time. Thankfully, I saved up all my accelerators for this, because, let's be honest, what are you guys using accelerators for in the first place anyways? We're gonna get this shit on stream, goddammit. Bam, bam. Yes, ma'am, kablam. Look at that shit go. Man, they did not have to give Aina a fat ass like this, but they did. They absolutely did, and it is so worth it. She is the shortest character in the game, and it obviously shows. Like, everything just towers over her, even the little eye guy enemies. It's great. Oh, that's right, these Valentine's boxes do give times 10, give 10 gems if you can roll for it. You actually have the potential to pull, like, if you do a 10 pull, you can have like 100 gems you can get out of it. But from what I've seen, I think I've pulled almost like 500 of these boxes so far, and I've only gotten the gems like 8 times. You're not going to see those gems at all, really. So it's like, if you're farming this specifically for gems, you're not going to get much out of it. But if you farm it for chocolate, you farm it for costume materials, yeah, go right ahead. This is your time. It's fucking amazing. What's the hottest part of Aina? It's her looks, her attitude. Dude, it's obviously her attitude. I mean, she is one bad bitch, and you know it. She's out there being a total gunslinger, just shooting the shit out of everything. It's lovely. She's bad as it can be. It also really helps that Aina is massively stacked. Come on, do your thing. Get mad. Get mad so I can shoot you. When is the box event gonna end? From what I remember, it's supposed to end next Tuesday, when they update the newest thing. Yeah, this is obviously the best chance This is the best absolute chance we're gonna ever be able to farm these costumes. Like right now, I think that like earlier this week I got Aina and it took all my resources down to 0. And then I just sat down and started farming everything, and I'm almost back up to getting Asuka's costume because we're gonna get it today. That's how good this event is. This is so good. Jeff, you're out here preparing your wallet for that Rinko figure? Dude, I'm waiting for that Aina figure to come out. When I saw that Aina figure, like, it's a garage kit. I mean, like, yeah, it's a garage kit and I'll probably have to pay a contractor service to get it painted. But it's like, man, Aina materials, I gotta get on that. I gotta get on that. Actually, I think it was 3 weeks ago I got Rinko's outfit. Earlier last week I got Aina's outfit, and this week it's gonna be Asuka's. So over the course of a month, I'm gonna be able to have 3 friendship outfits. To get my 3rd friendship outfit, which was Rinko's, it took several months to do that, and the only way I was able to do it was to farm points with friendship points. Like when I remember when I first got Asagi's costume, it took like 8 months to do it because it takes so many resources, and now I'm gonna farm 3 in a month. They are never gonna do an event like this again, and I know it. Hello there, Jugao. Are you farming the game too? Everybody needs to farm the game. I'm a real stickler on this today. It is so good. This is such a good event. Actually, I think we can hamper our farming speed a little bit. I need to get Nagi her points. How much does she have left? She's 16s and 20s. Okay. I'll put it in green because she needs the speed. She also doesn't have the same amount of critting power that she does. Where are you, honey? There you are. No, we don't want lore there. We want this. Oh, that's right. I was using Rin. Alright, now we go here. We gotta unequip it. This is really annoying. See, there's her Gantz outfit that I made for her. There's Nagi. There's Nagi. Let's put the weapon back on. Give her that. That. What's the green for this? Flutter. Not the best AoE ability. That's it. Windblade. This is actually really cool. I don't need her to be closer, I need to be... I need her speed. No, we don't need to heal. We need spammables. Let's go, Nagi. Did you see the figure with Ingrid stepping on Rubber Nui? Oh my goodness, that's a good one too. That's a really good one, and I can't wait for that to come out. Oh yeah, this is like the perfect time probably to talk about Nagi herself. Nagi was one of the most underwhelming releases we've had. She's really strong, but it's also kind of underwhelming. Because she has full-length swords that she uses, and they don't feel as good. They don't like Rin is extremely fast, and you can hear the electricity crackle with it. But Nagi over here is stuck with the default sword sound effect, and you just hear her swooshing through the air. And she's supposed to be a little bit faster than that. I need to hear some clanking, I need to hear some slicing sounds, and she doesn't do that. She's really pretty though. I can appreciate that. Are they done with the main story? That's debatable at best. I mean, when you say they're done with the main story, that's usually end of service. So if they're done with the main story, we're not going to be playing this game again. Unless someone makes a private server. But... let's see. But it's, I think they're probably done with this main story arc, that is. That's probably like a transliteration moment. But yes, they're bringing back the snake weapon event. So if you missed it for someone like Kurenai or Emily, or I forget who the third one is, I think it's Sue. But it's if you missed that, hey, you can pick it up. You can pick up the snake weapons, which is one of like the worst weapons in the game. However, outside of like particle generator niche situations, it's not that good. Yeah, oh, there's still a lot of antagonists out there and that they can use, and we're also getting a Clone Wars event. I can dig it. They wouldn't start introducing the aspect of a clone Asagi unless they were starting to rear up for the Clone Wars stuff. Like, man. Like, look at this. I've got my, like, stick tilted in, like, the fullest direction. But I've got, like, the you know, the control stick tilted completely forward. And it looks like, not Aina, but, Nagi is just walking. She doesn't have, like, the determination behind her to, like, her full speed. There's no explosion sounds either. It's like, it feels like she's bugged or something. Because there's, like, no sound effects for, like, half the stuff she does. Ooh, the Secret Garden costume for Nagi? That's right, I need to show that off. I like Aina's, I keep calling her Aina, because I'm thinking about Aina right now. But Nagi's default costume is a really good in black, and I just can't change it to anything else. It makes her look like an actual Kunoichi. Well, also, these are the same projectiles that Asuka uses when she does her attack, and I think those are like at least 30% faster than this one, so they're at least better to look at. But I can't deny how insanely strong Nagi is. Like, she hits, and she hits really, really hard. Like, I don't have any critical boosters on her, and she, like, every single hit of hers crits. This is like some sussy shit right there. Most other characters would love to have something like that. I think Aina comes close, but I need to have boosters on her to get to the same place. What I think you wrote over there on Belladie's community post is that one of the guys that popped into your head for new villains would be Nishigaiza. Is he from Taba? That would be an interesting thing to see, at least. What I would like to see, though, is, well, obviously, let's have, like, more varied events instead of just reruns, obviously. But how about something like, you know, let's see, there you go, RPGX. Oh, damn it. I don't touch RPGX, because, frankly, I can't be bothered to play another game like that. I can't be bothered to play another browser game like that, because I just got off of Grand Blue Fantasy. I don't want to do anything with that. I'll stick to my viewer. That's right, Nagi. Kill your parents. Destroy them. Isn't that great? You get to hear me eat. A new minigame would be nice. That would be actually, you know, interesting to have in the first place. But I don't know. I say a new minigame would be nice, but it's like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't ever play the minigame anymore. I know it's an easy 3 gems that you can do like twice a day, but the thing is, I just cannot be bothered to do it again. That is just like, there's only so many times I can do Yukikaze's ball shooting gallery and Asagi Subway Surfer, and frankly, like I just can't. Like, yeah, the like a new minigame would be nice, but it's like, oh man, looks like Asagi's back online. Uh-oh, I see Yukikaze over there in the special mission. Better change it over. But that guy is basically Tabafuma in RPGX. So is he actually a villain? Is he actually an actual villain that we can be afraid of and we have to fight to work against him? Because Tabafuma is like, he's a villain, but we're supposed to apparently root for this guy. He's apparently rooting himself and all the ladies, but you know, how am I supposed? I can't get behind that. I want to put that in there. You know, I want to do it myself. It's WarioWare DIY up in this bitch. That's a good combo. I like how the ender is just wide enough to hit those 2 enemies. How are you doing there, Timeverse? But you played RPGX for 4 years and still do even before Action Taimanin. Well, at least you can handle yourself another browser game like that. That was too much for me. I just like I said earlier, I just spent 6. Yeah, that'll been my 6th year on Grand Blue Fantasy, and I stopped playing it this year. Burping. Let's see. Oh yeah, that would be fun if actually Sakura got her own mini game. What would it even be though? Like whack a shadow or something like that? Like you have frogs, bears, and spiders you gotta whack, and they're worth more points or something. That would be interesting to say the least. That would be perfect for touchscreen kids, which is like apparently 70% of the player base. Nagi. Ooh, nice. We'll get the Fuda instructor lady. Oh man, there's like what? There were like 2 Fudas from what I remember in Taba. It's this like, she's in this game as a green supporter, and in the other lady's, she's a teacher of some sorts, but she's got a massive schlong. Yeah, what will we add for Sakura? Will we add a rock breaking mini game, or like break the ice blocks or something like that? Will we add whack-a-mole with her shadows? Look at that. The Gremory should go hire us, everybody. We're coming up with ideas left and right. I'm trying to remember, but didn't I think it's either Taba or RPGX at some point, they had a collaboration with Gantz. Timeverse, do you know? Because it's either I'm thinking of the Gantz collab with Senran Kagura New Link or something like that, because I remember some game collab with that series, and I was really excited for it. Amadari, that's it. Yeah, you like that. Eating ASMR? Good lord, that's a big hitbox. I don't like Moonshade very much because of that. No, that's not Moonshade. That's Flutter. She's gotta sit still for the end of it, and that makes her so extremely vulnerable. Like that's why everybody calls her Diet Rin. Well, that's why I call her Diet Rin, because she just sits there and uses her basic attack every single time, since all of her skills are so situational and very vulnerable. Let's see. But testing your side over there with Shiranui for shuffling water illusions, and you gotta guess which one the money's hidden inside. That would be pretty cool to do. That doesn't sound like, I know. We'll give some stipulations for it. Guys, you gotta think of a new game. You gotta think of a new mini-game mode that we're gonna have. It has to reuse assets, be related to Sakura, and be completable in 1 minute. Like, you can't make new assets for this. You have to, like, find a way to reuse it in some way. Because you have to, like, you gotta use, like, the Gremory thinking method. It's like, we need to reuse assets, stay there, and it's obviously, make it completable in 1 minute. If you can't do it in 1 minute, then it's, not gonna be doable. We need to have randomly generated roadblocks, coins, and balls that appear, and a maximum score of 50,000 that you cannot exceed. But King of Fighters, oh yeah, King of Fighters did collaborate with Senran Kagura. I think they got what? They got Shermie, they got Leona, they got, I think I had 2 other characters as well. I think Mai Shiranui was in that as well. You could roll for her costume, I think. Now that Senran Kagura New Link game actually collaborates with a lot of really cool companies, and there's also the collaboration with Hypernep. With that's the Hypernep Ninja game, from what I remember. Yeah, let's make something so small as inconvenient as possible. Let's make the rival costumes a thing you have to grind for. Not something that's like, you know, oh, it's obtainable through, you know, very rare drops like it is with Time of VR and the 83 and the 81 Ascension crystals. Let's make it tied to logging into the game. Let's make it really terrible. Ooh, let's make it bad. What do you guys think of Time of VR, though? Because I've said my piece on that, I think, several times, how much I'm not much of a fan of it, but what do you guys think of it? Like, be honest. Do you guys actually like Time of VR and the rewards that it comes with? Do you think it's worth going to 87 and doing all the stuff for Time of VR? Because quite honestly, I don't see it. Well, yeah, I had met Hyperdimension Neptunia because they had collab with them in the past, and they also have a game together. I'm pretty sure it's the Senran Kagura and Neptunia game where they do ninja stuff together. Because I think the front cover of the game is Neptune and Asuka facing off in some sort of way, or I think it's a group photo. I can't remember. That's something I actually really miss about the Senran Kagura series. They have these like really visceral covers where it's the girls facing off on them. There's like the really famous one where it's there's an edit I saw a bunch of years ago with a cover of I think it's Shinobi Versus, which has Asuka and Yumi facing off on the cover, and it's edited to be a Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, where it has Donkey Kong and the Yeti facing off on the front cover. I love it. It's so stupid, but it's like it's so perfect. Let's see, you played Time of VR once, got washed at yourself. Why would you want to make yourself mad in your own house on purpose? And never touched it since. And then over here with Juya, you haven't put much time into it. You don't see it's worth it that much because it's for players who can't exactly nuke stuff yet. See, the thing is, with a Time of VR, later on it's not about nuking anything, it's about winning using debuffs. And because debuffs scale so insanely high, like you can do stuff with like Astaroth dropping a nuke, or Astaroth dropping the meteor, or Sue giving the poison, or anything like that. Anything that has like a bunch of debuffs and like getting the enemy to like damage over time, or just stacking everything possible. You don't win through brute force. You gotta play like really intelligently. But it's still, at the end of the day, it's as much power as possible. Because we did mission 20, I think, last week for Time of VR, and we timed out on it because we're not doing enough damage. Like, they give you 3 minutes to complete this thing, and that's honestly, like, with the Spider Queen, she has, like, multiple phases you have to go through. That's, like, and the fastest times for that mission are, like, 1.5 minutes. Like, there's no way, like, even the cheaters can't speed up the mandatory phase switching. I do love Miyabi though, Kiro. She's really good. Like, Miyabi's probably like one of my favorite characters in the Senran franchise. Her, Rin, Katsuragi, Shiki, and Ikaruga. Those are probably some of my favorites right there. I love them a lot. I think I have the Miyabi, Rin, and Katsuragi Dakis at my house. Those are fantastic. That's right, get the Nintendo collab for Action Taimanin. That would seriously bring in like huge amounts of numbers for this for the game itself. Like, we get to play as Donkey Kong. Oh man, dude, I would be all over that. I get to go ape on some enemies. Wouldn't that be great? Kiro, this game is pay to win, like inherently. That's all gacha games for the most part. And the thing is though, it's like what you actually pay for in this game is almost entirely like not worth it. Like, do you guys ever sit there and read like the Twitter comments for something like an Action Taimanin announcement? You never see them in Japanese because the Japanese player base just like leaves 2 comments like "Yatta," excitement. No, the English player base gets their dick in there, and they're like, "Oh man, oh, this is perfect." On the Rin costume that's coming out next week, I saw a really great comment that was, if you get like this one guy, he says, if you put the same effort to making a costume towards someone like Emily or Noah, then you can make a costume that actually looks good for Rin. That was so incredibly amazing. Because obviously they don't like the bodysuit look in that way, but they apparently like, oh man, Noah and Emily's costumes, those should have gone to Rin. And it's like, that is so great. I remember liking that comment for sure. It's entirely negative, but it's so perfect to describe like where we are as a player base. It's awesome. There's also the same guy who goes on every single Action Taimanin Twitter post and posts like "fuck you, Gremory." It's great. That guy is everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the same guy that posts on like the 4chan Action Taimanin thread and talks and like doom posts the game. That guy has got to be like, that's his entire fucking day. It's just waiting for like when they have the on their Twitter like, new video on the Action Taimanin channel, guys. And he's like, "Fuck you, Gremory. We don't need this shit. You need to make a better game." Of course they need to work on their fucking game. Like, this guy is like, he is dedicated to the part, and I love it. I wish there was ways for free-to-play players to get like these limited costumes. Because who really wants to pay $31 for a costume every single time it comes up? But the thing is, it's, you know, I wish you guys could do it like, oh, you could either pay like the $30-something, or, you know, you could use a combination of currency or something like that, like a limited token. You spend limited tokens for it, like you spend like, oh, 150 limited tokens if you have it, or 100 or something like that. It's a farmable, accumulatable resource that you could get, but it takes a long time to get in the first place. People would still complain about it, but it still gives an option for people who want to spend no money and just play the game. Yeah, he's there in every post, and it's fucking great. Like there's like I look at that, it's like one of the first comments that always is on the page. No, wait, the last time I was the first, I was thinking I was like the second or third comment on there with like my Gantz post about the new one. And then I scroll all the way to the bottom. He was there for like 6 hours after the thing got posted. And it says like right there. And it's right there. There he is, he did it again. And it's got like 4 likes and everything too. I made sure to like the post so it actually got some visibility on there. Generally, I'm very positive towards this game, but I am not afraid to criticize the game for sure. Except I don't do it so vulgarly like that guy does. Hold on, let me open up my drink. Do I play Nike? No, I do not. Nike did not interest me very much in the first place because while I do love myself some fat asses, that gameplay was not engaging enough for me to do. I even saw that it came out on PC, I think, like Wednesday, and I just couldn't do it. There's like zero interactivity for me inside it. And honestly, I don't want to start investing myself in another type of gacha game again that's not like inherently going to hook me on it. It's just not going to work. There you have a Chainsaw Man collab, and it's like, I have never read Chainsaw Man, nor have I ever, I never finished the show. I think I watched the 3rd episode and I was done. I hear Chainsaw Man is very good though. If I probably started reading it, I'd probably get really into it though. But it's the anime of the season for obviously a lot of people. I hear the books are very good though. Yeah, imagine Gremory living rent-free in your head over a titty game. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the sort of guy that complains that the franchise is going too vanilla. We need to retain our hardcore roots and make a Taimanin Asagi 4 or like a Taimanin Yukikaze 3 with all the gross shit and everything intact. I wouldn't be surprised if they're the same person that posts that. And exactly their Coomer, because the whole fact is like, it's such a, this game is a massive pain sometimes, but here's the thing, what's the alternative? You get to play browser game from 2014 and browser game from 2018. You don't actually get to play with the Taimanins in the first place. You don't get to see them actually doing ninja things in those games. You just get told about it. And you get to see like, wow, that was a cool ultimate. It wasn't actually that cool. It doesn't feel good in the first place. Because it's not very, Here's the thing. I like a lot of feedback in my games as a player. And this game does it. When the game feels good, it feels fucking great. And when it doesn't, it's garbage. You don't get that very well in RPGX or Taba. Like, dude, Taba was the worst about that shit so much. Like, if you guys ever played any of those like old-time Facebook games from like 2011 or like like 2008 to 2012. Like they were very slow browser games that had like 4 songs and you did like tons of farming. Terrible shit. It's like a KMMO but on your Facebook browser. Terrible. But at least with Action Taimanin, I can actually play as the characters we all know and love. That's what I want out of the game. That's what that's why I wait for all the time. Like when I saw this game was coming out, I was sold. I'm not playing anything else. I put goddamn near 1900 hours into this, and I still like playing it. It's like Dota or Grand Blue Fantasy for me. Well there, Ruski buddy, the Asuka rival costume, we have to farm the materials for it. We're not there yet. That's a couple hours away. At least for the most part. God, I can't scroll. I hate that I can't scroll up with OBS Studio because I missed what that guy said over there. You know, we're on a ×10 event, and we're only getting like 1 box at a time. Kinda pissing me off. Kinda making me think I live in a society, alright, folks. Oh my god. It would be a great idea for like having, you know, it has some kind of fan service but not an X-rated way. Quite honestly, if this series didn't start off with an X-rated feature and have such dark themes inside it, I don't think it would have gripped us the same way. Like, cause honestly, being able to play as these girls and then we actually know what the alternative is for them and what happens. Like, if they lose here, they're done for essentially. That's pretty good stakes compared to what they actually say in the story. But how you doing there, Belody? And I'm glad you agree with me on that sort of stuff right there, because frankly, what else is there? I don't want to touch RPGX until it's in English, and even then with RPGX, I will probably barely play it. Because that game is like, it's like Princess Connect, isn't it? It's not as good. I don't want an auto battler, because when I have an auto battling feature, it lets me get way less invested in the game, and I don't have to. And I slowly start weaning myself off of it. Oh yeah, exactly there, Koom. It's like, you know, being able to play as Asagi and she actually looks like what she does in the art was like the most compelling and like jaw-dropping thing about that when I saw this in November of 2019. It was like October or November of 2019. Like when I saw that, I'm like, oh my god, this is like dead on to the art, and it's perfect. And the game had a rough start. It was really rough playing in JP because, one, I don't understand what's going on, and also they didn't have a lot built up yet. But man, I got on the ground floor fucking early. It was worth it. So worth it. Yeah, with Western comics, there's like zero stake at all. I think I saw this post on Twitter like a few weeks ago or something. No, it wasn't a few weeks ago. It was, I think, earlier this week, where a comic book store in America is closing down. They showed pictures of the sections of the store that had been sold off already when they had their fire sale. Like, everything was 70% off. Like, the manga section of the store was completely cleared out. The wargaming and miniature section, completely clean. They had 0 products left. But the Western comic section, the shelves were pristine. They were full. Nobody wanted anything out of there that wasn't exactly rare or a series that was ongoing and people liked. Nobody gives a fuck about Western comics anymore, man. Nobody wants that. See, here's the thing though about that, Kirio, with Last Origin. I have played Last Origin, and I like it a lot. However, and it's also a game where you do actually have to pay attention to it. You can't just auto everything, for the most part. You do have to pay attention in that game, and it's actually quite difficult. Since you can farm everything yourself, and everything is solvable by your own means, it's a really in-depth game. I think they have an English patch out for it now, and everybody should get on that. It's really fucking fun. I need to adjust my DMM player so I can actually start doing it again, because now it just won't work for me anymore. But yeah, everybody go play Last Origin. That is the I wish you could play as the Last Origin characters in some sort of like active game like Action Taimanin, but like, man, so good. You guys have any favorite Last Origin characters? For me, it's got to be Poi. I love that fat fucking cat so much. I even actually have a tweet from the artist for Poi. It's Obui, the person who does all the art for, I think, Mirabelle as well. That guy. We actually had like a meeting of the minds, and East meets West. I think I saved the picture somewhere. It's on like one of my Discord servers. It's fucking great. But over here with you, Timeverse, Action Taimanin, you played after accidentally finding it on Steam, and you're curious about the visual novels themselves, and you've been playing it for 2 years since day one. I mean, you're not alone in that whole aspect itself there, Timeverse. People have been, people have done exactly what you did, is the whole fact of, what is it? Discovering the rest of the franchise through this game, because I'll be honest, it's an inevitability. You're gonna find Asagi versus Ochan episode 3 on like every website ever. You're gonna find my video I made of the compilation of Asagi scenes from Taimanin Asagi 1 through 3 online somewhere. You're gonna find that because that's like that's the legacy of the series, whether they like it or not. Is my current account now linked with JP? It was linked with JP for Last Origin a long time ago, because I have an actual DMM account that I play for with Last Origin. I think that's a game that's like Dead or Alive, where if you try to stream it, you're gonna get in trouble. Like I can't do the photo shoot mode for Dead or Alive anymore, which is so insanely sad because that's like my favorite thing to do in the game, besides beating ass at it. Oh. The pizza rolls are cold now. There you go, there's some more ASMR for you guys. God damn, Nagi, look at your ass go, girl. Strut that stuff good, baby. I mean, this is the Nikki we need over here, the Nike. Look at that. Got the fat in the front and even fatter in the back. Good job, baby. There is, yeah, the English patch on the Discord for Last Origin. You don't want to start another game that's just grindy. The thing is with Last Origin, you can leave it alone for the most part, and it automatically keeps doing it. It's a similar situation to what's it called? Not Girls Frontline. That's a better game. Azure Lane. That's it. It's Azure Lane, but even more sexual. Like they're not like Azure Lane has to appeal to a certain demographics. They have to get past everything. Last Origin, they get them tits out, and they are not afraid. I love it. It's like Destiny's Child, but better. Or I think Soccer Spirits? No, I'm thinking of Destiny's Child. Like, bro, every game out of fucking Korea looks the same like that. If they're like a big titty simulator game like Last Origin, they all use the same font with like Destiny's Child, because that's sold. I expect there's like supposed to be a warning label on like the side of the box or something. You like Prototype Labatia? Oh man, Segment of Death. I'm sure everybody's heard of her. Like, you know, well, everybody's heard of her. Segment of Death is that brown Anubis, brown Ankh character from Last Origin. She's like one of my favorites. I absolutely think she's great. She's so fucking fat and she's awesome. All right, we've cleared out another 2800 AP. Let's upgrade you, Nagi. Look at that, you're maxed out. Let's finish your skills. You need these. You should see some of the Destiny's Child is still going on. I thought that reached end of service years ago. Holy shit. But if Nike was 3D like their intro on the collab, it would be a better game. They would need to do a few things differently for it to be a better game. Because, no, it's not called Limbus Company. That's Lumbotomy Corporation. There we go. We maxed her out. Let's go. Oh yeah, let's go mess around. Let's go mess around with some other characters. Yeah, let's get Micah. Come on, baby cakes. Get you in here, girl. Ooh, I know. We'll use red. Critical damage. Critical damage. That's supporter I need. Where are you? There it is. Critical damage. And I think I have a critical chance somewhere. She's not suppressed, so I can't use a big breasty Shizuru over here. Damn, where is she? Oh, there's like no crit boosters. There's no crit chance in here. It's just all damage. Well, I just put Laura in the front. That'll be fine. Chronos, we don't even need to upgrade that. We'll change it. We'll do that. It's Mikan time, baby. We're gonna show them what some Gyaru meat can do on the back streets of Tokyo Kingdom. There it is. I equipped the wrong stuff, but it doesn't matter because it's Micah. She just walks in and destroys everything. Dude, Micah is not lean. Micah is 100% fucking fat. She's a big girl. She's so good. Show me some Destiny's Child girls recently. Oh yeah, if you guys got Destiny's Child footage, Last Origin footage, send that my way. We're gonna spend a whole day probably. We could spend a whole day talking about the Destiny's Child and Last Origin. Those are the real titty games your parents don't want you to know about. That's also why it's not very popular here, stateside. It's hot over there in fucking Japan, though. Every time I look at the DMM page, it's like, there's Last Origin up there and like bringing up the rear. Looking great. I need to change the skills. Where is it? There it is. Death Bug. Actually, no, I can keep both. Incendiary, that's it. Oh, no, they're the same input, damn it. Where is Pile Flare? There it is. Oh yeah, Dead or Alive Venus Vacation. I have that game installed on Steam, and I don't think I've played it outside of the first day that I got it. That game is really rough, because I actually like playing the original Dead or Alive games, Like I played the one on the Xbox and I played the one like for PlayStation 4. I think I have all three actually at my house. But those games are like, they're really fun because they're just like gravure games that you can just sit there and like go on a vacation with pretty women. Venus Vacation kind of misses the point of that for me, and Dead or Alive Extreme 3 does as well, which is very sad because, damn, them girls are pretty. They ain't bad looking at all. I wouldn't kick them out of bed, that's for sure. Yeah, Micah's sister is lean beef. Micah herself is absolutely 100% marbled fat. Like, man, you put your hand in that Micah beef over there, you get that, you just get a fucking handful, you grab it and you're just like, god damn, where's this been all my life? Then you get over on her sister, she's hard as a fucking rock, and you just gotta think, wow, got yin and yang, the best of both worlds. These bitches are insane. Where's Micah's sister? It'd be perfect. We need her in the game. No, I don't want to start asking for characters that are like obviously not gonna get in anytime soon. Because if I want to see a new character get in, it's gotta be Saika. It's gotta be Saika or Mary. They absolutely deserve it more than anybody else. But since they're actually answering the whole debacle regarding characters who won the polls are now actually trying to get in. Because what we've had Nagi make it. Now we have Micah. Micah made it. Nagi's in now. Sora's actually, that's fine. And Aina. Let's get the machine babes in there. I swear, fucking Micah should have been a machine, and Aina should have been a machine. Like, for God's sakes, Emily herself is an actual human being, it's just that she fights using machinery. With that same sort of logic, Micah and Aina could have done the same thing. Whew. I will check the link soon. We're on a roll, baby. The Mary's Island, let's see, what you say earlier there. It's a last week you bought a manga called Booty Royale, and at first you thought it was going to be a doujin, but it's an ecchi manga with some nudie and sex references without showing it. Is that like the English name for, not Haikyuu, it's Keijo, that's it. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but Keijo, that's an ass and a half for a show. I'm a booty man myself, and even that show was a bit rough to watch. Cause it's not that good. Because, you know, it's one. Here's the thing about it. Keijo is a very, I would say, well, it leans into the sort of ecchi lifestyle, but in the actual animation, they don't make the asses fat enough. In the books, those girls are fucking huge, and you can see it. It's great. Like, if you want to read a fucking manga, go read Keijo. That is something. Like, they made the little girl, like, she's got, like, no tits at all, but they made her, like, the best character ever. Her moments, like, are the best. Like, the main girl, it's like, I didn't even care about her after a certain point. I wanted to see what her flat-chested friend would do in a situation like that. She does the Gate of Babylon maneuver, like Gills and Noble Phantasm. I'm like, yeah, you're cool, lady. Why can't we have more cool characters like you? Like, the show sucked. Like, you're gonna make a show about fat, voluptuous asses, and you're not even gonna make it, like, nice to look at. That show needed more money and less episodes. Coom, they were double cheeked up on a Tuesday. They were wide-loaded Wednesday on a fucking Friday, dude. Like, those girls were stacked. I loved it. But Keijo had a Dead or Alive Extreme collab? They did? That meant, obviously that was JP only. Like, man. What would they even do for that? I think they probably just gave, like, because I think most of the outfits for the Keijo girls were just competition swimsuits. Because I'm pretty sure they didn't. No, they probably gave the hairstyles from some of the girls and gave them to something like. Oh my god, what's the name of the green-haired girl from Venus Vacation? She is she reminds me of the girl, like the flat-chested girl from Keijo. What if we played butt battle, but it was actually a butt battle? Yeah, the outfits are basically already in the game. Well, duh. Oh, now you're getting me thinking about like Dead or Alive. The costume changes in Dead or Alive Extreme 1 and 2. Dead or Alive Extreme 2, you can actually buy all of the costumes before they get delisted on the Microsoft Store. And those costumes have never made it to any of the other games, except for like. It's not Hotate. It's the Pistachio series, and the one that has the jewels inside it. I forget what that one's called, but that's made it on like every other game ever since. It's so good. But man, now you guys want me. Now I want to play that game again. And my Xbox is at my sister's house. Tamaki, that's her name. Tamaki's a good girl. The main character's a dumbass sack of bricks. Like, I specifically remember this point in Keijo where they had the like the rival team is like America or something. So they have like this blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman come up to them, and she has like, I think Karen's same voice actor, like Karen from Kiryu Mosaic. It's another anime everybody should watch. It's so cute. Yeah, that's what we should do, everybody. Let's have a Keijo watch along. Let's go sit down and watch Keijo together, and that would be great. Because that would be honestly the best usage of our. That would be honestly the best usage for Keijo in modern day. Because I remember that game came out like when I was in high school. But that series was on when I was in high school. That was almost 9 years ago at this point. And if that series like did more collaborations with other stuff, the like other gacha these days, it would probably be more popular. But it still doesn't help that it's kind of meh at the source. But hey, Taimanins are too, and they aren't afraid to collab. You got a copy of Rumble Roses. Who made Rumble Roses? I'm pretty sure like it falls in the same vein as the people of what's it called? It falls in the same vein as like Dead or Alive, because I think it's like Dead or Alive, Virtua Fighter, Rumble Roses. They're all part of the same sort of thing. Konami, that's right. They're not part of the same business. But speaking of Konami, here's something I want to think. I never realized about what Konami does. You would think like Konami is like their games division, like they always do so bad with it. They always do a whole bunch of awful decisions for their series. They're only trying just now to come back with it. And I wondered, like, how is Konami doing as like a fiscal company? Well, here's the thing you guys gotta remember. Konami not only makes, you know, they have their computer entertainment division, they primarily make gambling machines. Like pachinko and slot machines, they make those. Like where I work, they make a lot of those. Like at least 30% of the stuff on the floor is Konami gear. And that's just domestically here in the United States. Like I imagine like Asia or something like that, they have like a very high market share and they get a lot of stuff out of their gambling equipment. Whether that be for sales or maintenance or cuts from like the casino, if they ever get that, it's like, yeah. Konami does not hurt for money. Because I think from the first place, they were primarily bent on gambling. So it makes me wonder just how much of the invisible hand does Konami have in there when they make products. Like, are they the secret funding thing for like Psy Games or whatever? Like the biggest gacha company on like in Japan. But it is a really weird feeling to see gaming companies sponsor huge events. Like, I remember I was watching like football somewhere. Not like, well, yeah, I'll just say soccer because it's an American moment right here. But it's like I'm watching soccer and like it's an international event, and they have Psy Games as a sponsor. Psy Games is also the people who make Granblue Fantasy, which is like one of the highest grossing gachas in Japan. So it makes you think like, god damn, this is like my money went to this. What am I doing with my life? Damn it, that still didn't kill you? I don't know, Kojima needed a good kicking in the pants to get him back into gear, because he's made some odd decisions, that's for sure. Like, come on everybody, we've seen what Metal Gear Solid 4 turned out to be. Well, Metal Gear Solid 4 was interesting, but then they let him have like total creative free reign and spend a shitload of money hiring big name actors for Metal Gear Solid 5. And that turned out in a certain way. I wish, honestly, his idea came to fruition for Metal Gear Solid 5, because that's an interesting game to say the least. I actually really enjoy playing. I really enjoy playing the game itself, but I do not enjoy having to grind up all those resources. It is so not worth it. Like if there was ever a game where I said like I could say like, you know, get a save file that gets you past like that gives you a shitload of resources, like do that. Like there's no way I'm going to spend the 70 hours it took to get where I was and then do it again. Because when you start playing that game, you start off with some terrible, terrible gear. And you gotta really get into it. Awful. I probably could use my supporter for that one. Oh man, Micah is just so much fun though. She's such a very flexible and versatile character. Like you can put her in about any situation, she can just absolutely thrive in it. She's just like, what is it? She's like Asuka in the sense that she has 0 healing, but if you're playing her the right way, you wouldn't need healing because everything's already dead or severely incapacitated. And she can chain those concepts back and forth, which is what I really like about her. It's why I was so ecstatic about her, like when I was making the video for her and doing the first look with it. Because it's like, this is a character that, you know, it's got problems, but also it's solvable. You can get over the hill with it and you can play really well with her. It feels good to like actually accomplish things with her. Because all she does is just sit there and constantly deal damage. Whether that's near or far, she's got close range problems, she has close range, long range, you name it, she'll do everything. She's got damage over time, she's got area clearing, she has close range, bursting. It's like, they didn't need to give her healing because she's already fucking won if you've done everything right. I just wish they would give her like, I just wish they would give better sound effects to these characters. Like Micah shooting a rocket at somebody should probably be a lot louder than it actually is. Because it sounds like, you know, a big ass rocket launcher right there should sound like it's, you know, firing off a big ass salvo, but yet it just sounds like she's popping, you know, popcorn. Because if there was ever any mods I'd like to see for this game, it's like, you know, nude mods are one thing. Some of them look nice and they can be pretty good. I would like to see like an enhanced sounds pack to, you know, liven up the atmosphere of the game a little, I guess. If you could even call it that. Because that just sounds really good. Because obviously characters like, what is it? Not Mary. Mary's not in the game. Nagi. Nagi just has regular swooshing sounds for her swords. And her animations need to be sped up, have more weight, and also make louder and more visceral sounds. Because right now it just sounds like when she does her sword beams attack, the projectile is absolutely huge and looks like she's shooting off a big ass round. But when she does the actual animation for it itself, it feels so dainty and weak. But it's like the exact opposite of it though, because she's like one-shotting enemies in her path. It's just a really weird juxtaposition, and it does a lot for like the actual impact of the character. Because when you look at Micah's attacks right here, all of them have like a degree of screen shake. They're all really fast. They're all hard hitters too, so they match. So the speed and power match what's going on to what she's doing. Like she's being knocked backwards because of the blast of her rocket launcher. And you don't get that sort of knockback with a grenade launcher sound. Like right there, Kun got it right. It's a grenade. Her rockets sound like a grenade launcher. You get really good feedback like 90% of the way with like Micah. And then you have Nagi, which is not. Like they tried to copy Rin, who's another example of really good feedback to the character, because you hear that electricity crackling, you hear her move, you see her moving and hitting really hard, and like they're doing that. You're in there and you're beating the shit out of them. Like she's doing 250,000, 300,000 damage criticals all in a row, and it doesn't matter. She's unstoppable. Feels really good. Then it's like, then you have characters like Tokiko who don't have that. That's a character who, that's a character I like to see to have an update, not get nerfed again. Why would they nerf Tokiko? That's just so weird to me. It's a character who already has it generally pretty rough. Who has it pretty rough outside of various niche situations, and yet they hurt one of her best skills. And the thing is, though, Tokiko is another victim of having awful feedback. Like, the only skill that actually feels good to use is her triple blue skill. Because it has screen shake and it has a large explosion. Everything else is like, she feels really floaty, you know? She feels quick and nimble, but she doesn't have like the hit count or critting power to back it up. Because I can sit there all day talking about like how she's got, oh man, what? I have a 4/5 gacha weapon with her, and I've enhanced it to +10, and I also have like a +5 weapon for her in the back, and she still hits like a wet noodle. Like, honest to God, if I had to get a character to 81 as fast as possible, it's her. She needs those buffs to actually do meaningful damage, and even then it's still difficult for her. Tokiko's all about speed, and even then you can make speed have good feedback. Like, you can move really fast, carve up an entire group of enemies by like slashing them, and they have good and you can have good sound effects with that too. Like, I want the same sound effects that they use in like Fate Grand Order, because those skills are fucking loud, and they're also like really loud. They're really good sound effects that they put into the game. They have really good slashes, good hits. They have good sound design in that game. That's like one of the times I'll ever praise Fate Grand Order for doing something, because their sound library that they're using is a lot similar to Action Taimanin's, but the way that they implement it is way better. Like, it almost honestly feels like they have different people, like different groups would do a rotation and they work on the character. Like, the really strong team works on someone like Micah, and she makes her feel good. Like Micah, Rin, Aina, not Tokiko, Kurenai. Kurenai's another one of those. But Nagi kind of feels naked compared to Rin, as ironic as that may be. I wouldn't say it's like a completely naked sort of sense, because Nagi has her own identity in terms of attacks and the way that she does things, but that identity is very weak and has a very poor implementation. Whereas compared to someone like Rin, where people like sit there and like absolutely stan her for days on end, because the character already has a strong identity, looks really good, has great feedback to match, and the same power to boot. Like, nobody will say the same thing about Nagi. Nobody will. People say this. People say like the same thing with Noah too. People don't care because she's obviously not strong enough. I care though. I care a lot about that little gremlin. But that little gremlin still needs a lot of work too. Hold on. I've always wanted to point this out. You see how the sign that says "A wow" apostrophe on it? Like, what does that even mean? I understand, like, you know, Asia loves putting English text on something because it looks cool, but this is like, I guess this is how Japanese people feel, like Japanese or Asian people feel when we use like Chinese lettering and give each other tattoos with it on there. Because, like, what does "A wow" apostrophe mean? It's like, did you just make that up? What does that even do? But yes, Coom, exactly right. Fate does that extremely well. They update every skill animation. They update the weight and posterity of the skill animations because people love looking at the characters and being around them. And then when they do their Noble Phantasms, it feels fantastic. Like when I play Fate Grand Order, I turn that shit up. Like, when I go over there and I use Gil's Noble Phantasm and Numa Elish, it's like you're saying it with him because it feels really good to get that thing off. It does a ton of damage. and the sound is so insanely loud for it, it will like, it clips the speakers on your phone, and it's like, that's great. That's the difference between like good sound design and really bad sound design. They have a lot of building. Like when you use an ultimate in Action Taimanin, it doesn't feel good. Like, perfect example of this is Micah right here. Micah's ultimate is her shooting up a gigantic nuclear explosion. That everybody should have died the moment that hit the ground, or it leaves such a destructive effect behind that they should die from a damage over time tick. No, that doesn't do that. They use a stock explosion sound effect, and it sounds terrible. Tokiko's really, really bad about that too. Her ultimate is where she throws down explosive kunai, and then like, you know, does a little action pose behind her, and they use the firecracker sound effect for those, and it does not look good. It's really bad. Like honestly, if you can make like if you just add some compression, add some like reverberation and echo to some of these skills, it would make a massive amount of difference to how they feel. It feels like they didn't do that in the first place, or no. This game typically leaves the Gremory likes really leaving a lot of items inside the game that they just need to enable later on. So they have something like Murasaki's limited weapon. They leave that in there and then they'll enable it later. That's what they like to do. They leave it in an encrypted file and then save it for later when they need to activate it for an event. But here's the thing. It almost feels like in terms of sound effects, they forgot to unencrypt their sound effects or the protocols or commands or whatever, and they just forgot to put them in there, and that's why like half the characters are. That's why it's so sporadic, like to the sound effects for everything that happens. They just don't. It would be like a testament to their incompetence if they forgot to turn on their sound effects, sound effect plugins. James Mortieri as your favorite Nova Phantasm. The sound his coffin gun makes and the animations of all the different ammunitions fired. It's super badass. It's like, yeah. Wait. One of AT's, like another one of my favorite Nova Phantasms is it's not Heaven's Hole, because that's another really good one for like using sound effect plugins, but it's oh my god, what is her name? That's right, it's Musashi. Summer Musashi has her riding in on a jet ski, slashing you to death, and then throwing the jet ski at you and it blows up. Like if this game did that, they would use a very weak sound effect for all that sort of stuff. But one of the core problems with the AT feel is how bare bones it is in the first place. It is very bare bones. For good and for good and for bad. Like, I enjoy how bare bones it is in some aspects because, well, if you had too many effects and too many things going on, you weaken the semblance of everything behind it. Like if you guys ever played like any KMMOs before, you know they absolutely love bloating health and using tons and tons of effects to make your attacks look like super sparkly and cool. That's not cool. Like learning how to give restraint and using it properly is much more pleasant. But with how bare bones it is, it feels like, you know, we're playing someone's Unity project. Like it's this is obviously Gremory's first adventure into making a game. I mean, they're doing all right. I really wish they would get some better people on it sometimes. but it's doable. But yes, I would have obviously said 100% that but yes, Timeverse is 100% leading into the gold standard for action games, which is Devil May Cry. It's the ultimate combination of good sound effects, good feedback, good, really good gameplay, and a god-awful story that nobody gives a fucking shit about, but you play it because it's a good game. Programmer needs a staff who actually knows and cares about the series. I don't think it's so much that they like to know and care about it. Well, I don't know. Yeah, they would need that, but they also need to have a staff dedicated to, you know, making more events. Because like 3 weeks for an event is so fucking shit. I would like it to be 2 weeks. That way you have 2 events a month. Because by God, we're getting all these reruns, and yet they still don't rerun everything. That's such a common complaint. It's like I know I made it myself. Probably even like I made it myself earlier this week. It's just like a natural thing. I mean, there's another thing Grammar could do. All of last year, all of last year, several times last year, they actually had community events and community posts. I would like them to have more community interaction. Like they have Taimanin TV, which is the the news for the Lilith franchise, and I would like them to do more things using that with Action Taimanin rather than just promoting something. That's enough Micah for now. I want to switch to somebody else. Let's use somebody else. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, we'll use her. We'll use her good. There we go, that's all we need. More on how to polish the gameplay and less knowledge. Lilith can handle the lore. I would like Lilith to just stick with the lore side and work on it from there, because this game could use some help in that department. Because I don't want Gremory to write another story. If Gremory is gonna write a story, let them stick to the side story events. They're really good at making them enjoyable ones for those. Like, they know how to make a very lighthearted and fun event, but they can't write a serious story to save their lives. They need someone like Sasa Lilith to get in there and make a serious concept again. Like, I want Gremory to spend all their resources on just making a better playing game. They split themselves down the middle and it hurts the game a lot. What do I think of Noah Brown? Noah Brown is one of my favorite characters they made for this game. She's super duper cute. It's a really big shame that they made her an absolute garbage character to play when she started off with. Like, when I was sitting there and playing with her, like when she first released, I mean, I won't lie, it was pretty rough. And I got her to 75. Like, I know even getting her to 81 wouldn't do much unless I was sitting there playing the arena, and I don't do that a lot. Noah has a really solid design. I like her costume a lot. It's fitting to a demon character in a series like this. At least if they're female. Like, that's fine. I can dig it. But it's... why did they have to make her so bad? It hurt her as a character for people to like. Like, think about it. Sora is also another character who is, you know, I don't think she's an AT original. She was there in Taba, but they put a lot of precedence into her for this game, and they made Sora great. She's really fun to play, and she has a lot of fun concepts behind her, like gunning everybody down with arrows and laying mines. Noah just sits there and has the growth powers, and even then, it took over 1.5 years for that to get implemented properly, which means they don't really think about that sort of stuff. It was a bit of a half-hearted venture. Noah is like especially like the biggest victim of all that. I would really like for like the Taimanin TV people to like just totally adopt Noah as like the stagehand that's like, you know, eating all the craft services, and just like just do something fun with Noah. You have a completely original character right there that you can put in a whole bunch of situations and make her look really cute. It's more or less, I just want to see more Noah. She deserves to have her time in the spotlight outside of a costume. She actually has a lot of story presence though, which is really good. Like every time Noah gets on like, you know, a story event, whether that's the event or the main chapter, she ends up like stealing the show in some sort of way. Like she's either causing problems or solving them. Like she's a little conniving little gremlin, and I love it. But honest to God, guys, do you think that when you look at, you know, Noah now, do you think that she actually looks like a Noah Brown? Like Noah Brown sounds like the guy who delivers my mail or something. Also, Noah's just so cute. Like, how can you say no to that little face of hers? She's gonna eat you. She's gonna also punch you with her car-sized fist. But you discussed that with Kazuna, but a rough gameplay is why we're never gonna see a waifu war again. Really? In what way, Jeff? In what way would rough gameplay translate to not having a waifu war? Because that just sounds like a bit odd. We had Asagi versus Anrose, and we've had Fire and Ice with Kiara and Ingrid. By the way, that is still like the best event they've ever done. That was so much fun. I loved it. Yabai. Is Noah a Kudere? I don't know. I'm not very well versed in my dares. I don't know. I could say I'm not well versed, but in it, no, it's like, cause I know my Yandere, and my Sundare. That's the dares that's done dares I know. But when I think of like Tsunderes though, I think of Hanakawa from is it Hanakawa? It's the girl from oh my, it's Bakemonogatari. Her. I hate her so much. But in the Halloween event, she's given candy by Fuma to give to the ghosts, but instead she ate it because she'd rather have candy than give candy. See, that's a cute, fun thing that Noah can do. She's just like, oh, I'm so hungry, hee hee hee. I mean, most people would see that as, you know, like, oh, it's such a weak writing point. It's like, if it's Noah, I don't really care. It's cute for her. I can enjoy myself with it. We just need a waifu war that everybody wants and loves. Well, I love the idea of Asagi versus Anrose. That was really great. That's a fun concept that I can enjoy. But the thing is, it got caught in the storm that is the Anrose debacle, which caused the whole thing to be dragged down inadvertently. They're listening to a Jumpin' Jack Flash over there in like the apartment next door, and that makes me really happy. I love that song. Fuck, I love Elite Beat Agent so much. That is a great game. It's like one of the few rhythm games I can really get down with. But I say dares in that way. It's like, yes. Well, I don't actually say it that way. I understand how you're supposed to actually pronounce kudere and tsundere. But when you say it tsundere, yeah, sounds great, doesn't it? Look at him go. Ow, that hurt you, bitch. Don't do that. All 4 participants. The JP one had Nui versus Oboro, and the aforementioned Fire and Ice. All 4 required a rework of some sort. Nui was always like top dog in that situation. I always kind of figured like they put like the character they want to win in there, and it always feels like a wash. Because obviously Fire and Ice, Ingrid did not stand a chance. Nui versus Oboro. Shiranui just like folds Oboro in like minutes. Never a chance. They never released the Butler Asagi supporter either. The assets for it are in the game, and they just have yet to release it. I thought they said at some point they were going to release the Butler Asagi supporter for free at some point, but it's like, well, we obviously never got it. Don't tell anybody though, it's still in the game. Oh no, Jumpin' Jack Flash Timeverse. It's a song by the Rolling Stones. It's a really good song. It's the song that they play at the end of, but specifically it's the song that they play at the end of, for the final mission of Elite Beat Agents. And that song is like, that is good stuff. Yeah, would you guys ever play a rhythm game that had bad sound design? It's like that. It's a similar situation every time. Would you play an action game with bad action? Those girls better be pretty if you are. They sure are. Get up all in his face there, Astaroth. Get him good. Do some titty damage, like bam, bam, smack him with them. Smack him. Astaroth would 100% like smack you in the head with like her gigantic tits. That is something like she would do. Oh, damn it, Phoenix Dive wasn't up. Yeah, that's what that's what I've been hearing. Hi-Fi Rush is like specifically a rhythm action game, and the music, the rhythm portion of the game is really strong, and also the action is as well. Granted, I've never been too keen on like a lot of rhythm games, because if a rhythm game doesn't feel good to me, I'm not gonna want to play it. And well, more or less, if a rhythm game doesn't have songs I like, I'm not gonna play it. Like, everybody's nuts about stuff like Osu and like Beatmania. I don't like the songs in there. Like, it's a lot of like weeb music, and frankly, like, it's why I typically enjoyed something like Elite Beat Agents and some Osu stuff, and also Guitar Hero, because it is songs I recognize I can actually like jam out to. And the P5 and the Persona dancing games are really good too. Those feel nice to play. I think Persona 4 Dancing All Night was on the Vita, and I played that. I have that on my Vita as well. It's a really fun game to play. They have a really nice remix of Snow Queen Quest on there. It's really good. But you should totally play Hi-Fi Rush there, Timeverse. I haven't gotten it yet myself. I've been wanting to give it a try at least. But everybody that I hear that has played it, they loved it. It uses both licensed music and original compositions. So you can get a jam out to that and go full on Devil May Cry with Devil May Cry in the most stylish way possible. Like, honestly, like that if they were going to ever like make a new Devil May Cry game and ask to step up their gameplay in some way, the ultimate stylish maneuver would be to tie attacking and stuff like that to the music. That would be insane. Like, can you imagine using Dr. Faust with like some of the music they have in there? That's just jamming out. Like, love it. Project Diva. I've never played Project Diva, and I don't really know what that is. You have to elaborate for that one. Elaborate for that, me. Yeah, just elaborate on that one. I don't know. I mean, also I've wanted to play like Persona on this for a very long time, but it's also Persona is it's a very long JRPG, and I'm not typically known for JRPGs. It's like that's not my thing. But I actually really like them a lot. I play a lot of them. But it's like, it's a JRPG. It's like, unless you're really just gonna sit there and be the most powerful entertainer on the goddamn earth, you're gonna have a really rough time streaming a JRPG. Also, those games are a lot of reading. I've done like a few games that I have to do a lot of reading for, and it makes my throat hurt. It would take me like 6 weeks to get through the entire game. I only played one of the Miku games and played Osu until you started playing Action Taimanin 4 times a day. You see, those are like the true Japanese style rhythm games that are like really divisive for me. Like, I can enjoy Osu because it plays the same way as Oendan, because Oendan is the original Japanese version for Elite Beat Agents, which is what Osu is based off of. But Project Diva I've never tried myself. I don't know exactly how it plays. Is it similar to like Dancing All Night, or is it more similar to like Osu where I'm tapping bubbles? It's got great music videos, beats, and renditions, but you suck at games like that. You see it at a lot of the arcades and conventions out here. Where is out there? Is that like in Japan or something? Because Japan absolutely loves rhythm games, and America doesn't like rhythm games very much. It's very, very true. And everybody loves to fucking argue for a Guitar Hero being as like, America does like rhythm games. Yeah, that's the best thing in the world. It's like, don't you remember Guitar Hero? Guitar Hero fell the fuck off because they oversaturated it and didn't do anything different. Though you could say the same thing about rhythm games in Japan, where it's, you know, you play as the DJ, you play as the piano style, they have different ways and methods of playing the game itself, like Taiko is with the drum, IDX is with the DJ turntable. Like, they really did try pushing for like rhythm games here in the United States and like the Western world, but the implementation just wasn't very good. And yet obviously they tried to bring it back, but it didn't work. Oh, you're over there in Las Vegas? Wow. I've never met anyone from Las Vegas. I always hear about people who go to Las Vegas. And where I work, I hear about that shit all the time. I imagine it's pretty warm over there. Even right now, it's like 30-something degrees here, but it's like probably 60 or 70 there. I don't know, so let me ask you this, guys. How do you guys feed the action Taimanin bug? What do you guys do for the most part, like, in terms of financial needs? Because I'm sure there's ways for you guys to, like, make money. And honestly, I like to hear about it, because sometimes I hear people, like, you know, they have, like, weird jobs or something. Because I remember a guy, I've asked this before, and, like, one guy, he was a flower delivery, he was a flower salesman and delivery service. And I learned more about flowers that day than I've ever learned in my entire life. Like, my parents, you know, grow flowers, but I've never learned about the logistics and sale of flowers like I did that day. Whip it around. Whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it, girl. You just got your first job so you can have some money while in college. What are you doing over there, Jugao? What you studying? What you working with, anyways? You working over there at the McDonald's, the Subway, or something like that? Because I used to work over there at a McDonald's, and that was like some of the best and worst times I've ever had in my life. You love the Persona series, but the Soul Hackers 2 doesn't give you hope for the next installment. Oh, that's pretty, well, I don't know. Soul Hackers 1, I played a little bit of that, but it didn't get me as too much. I played that when I was a lot younger, though, so if I got, you know, if I tried playing it now, it would probably hit a little different. Well, I'll get to the Persona thing in a second, because I want to talk about that a little bit more. But in terms of work that I do, I work at a... Because speaking of Las Vegas, it's like I work at a casino, and it's probably the best job I've ever had. It's a really great experience, and I like working there a lot. But there's just, you know, the department I work in, that you get a lot of shitty customers for sure. Because when you combine alcohol and people losing money, it's a pretty deadly combination. Sucks. You over there doing computer science or working part-time at the grocery store deli? The deli counter is always a pretty cool job. Because I always like seeing the people have, what is it? The deli slicer? That machine? That's a fun thing. Like, I see people buy, like, you know, they want a slice of bologna, and it's like, they just slice that across. I'm like, that's so cool. It's so all it is just a saw blade with like a little clamp on it to force the meat down, and so you can cut it. But it's like, man, it's just so cool. It's just so cool to me. And then they weigh it out. It's like, you want it a little thinner, you want a little like that. That's one of those jobs where I was like, when I was a kid, I thought that looked so much fun. I wanted to do that myself. It's the same thing with being a garbage man. Oh yeah, the cigar smoke over there in a casino melody. Yeah, it's really strong. Like all of my clothes, that like my work uniforms and clothes that I have, I'm there every day of the week. So all my clothes when I go home, I smell like an ashtray. Like it's so insanely bad. Like if I didn't have seat covers on my car, like I imagine like if I go sit down in my car right now, like I will be able to smell all the cigarette smoke and like residue that's come off of my clothes and that's stuck to my seats. One of your brothers is working at McDonald's. It's like, oh man. McDonald's is it's at least entertaining and a good way to get you familiar with like dealing with people. Honestly, I wish everybody at some point could do a customer service job. It would really make you appreciate wherever you go. Whether that's a desk or like shoveling shit or digging ditches. Because at least you'll know how to interact with people better and hopefully you can get a better situation. Or at least you have a better enjoyment of what you do relative to something else. But if besides all the smoke and stuff like that, I would wholeheartedly recommend anyone to work at a casino. It's very interesting work. There's some days where it's kind of boring, but there's never a day where I thought, man, I wish this was over. Because I actually like seeing the people and interacting with them. It's like my favorite part of my job. It's so much fun. Magical Girls Festival is where it crosses over nearly all the anime girls. Is that one of those Project Miku games? I imagine like a Project Miku game is like the apex. It's the Devil May Cry of like rhythm games, where it's like the absolute peak of everything, where it gets everything right and so little wrong. Oh, we're out of juice. We gotta switch to someone else. Actually, hold on. Let's see where we are in terms of progress. We have 138. That's not bad. Oh, that's a good roll. We got 2 of those. Customer service sucks, but it's not working at Amazon. Amen to that. I don't want to work there. I know that. It's 9 so far. You worked for PP before. You worked for a small PP? Magical Girls is a lot worse, but it's much, much harder. Is it harder for a good reason? Like it's challenging for you as a player, so it makes you want to work hard at it? Or is it like frustrating because it's mechanically poor? But working at a toy shop sounds cool. I always remember going to Toys R Us or like the toy section of like somewhere like Target and wanting to work there as like the department person because I get to talk about all the toys and play with them. I mean, when I say this is a really good box to like use to farm, we still have these secret mission things and it's like, I don't know, it's not that good. That's like the one negative I could say about these. It's like 15 so far. Alright, how many of those do I have? I have 166 and 152. That's actually, I think... No, I need 40 more. No, it was 40. I think I need... It's 180 to make Asuka's stuff, and I can transfer these over. So we still got a little bit more to go. Let me get this. How many Asukas again? It's like 30. It's 180, and we have 166. And it needs how many of those red cubes? It's 40, which is 120. So I can make that into 6, 7. Gotta do some math. No, wait. That was the wrong one. I was about to do a really bad thing and turn those these nanometal, turn these into those. 12, so that's 140. It's 122, which turns it into 10. That turns it into 176. That's all. All right, we're almost there. We need to farm up a little more. How many is that? 50,000. Oh my god. I didn't think I was playing it that much. Who are we gonna use next? I was talking about we're playing. It's Asuka's day. Let's use her. Oh yeah, here's a really sad situation about this. Asuka's is pink, but you can't change. Like you can't change the colors for it. Like you can't make her have like black arms to match Emily's outfit. You can take off the hat though. I hope these are colorable. How much did I spend? I don't know. I enjoy the game, so my money is well spent. Isn't that what it should be in the first place? She's a machine. I forgot about that. I'm trying to remember what I'm doing here. She wants critical. Melee, and it's the ultimate whale cope, because it is, but it's also true. If I didn't enjoy myself, why would I be playing something I don't? Fuck yeah, Pitomon. Alright. The toy shop now works as your friend. It's a lot of Japanese toys there. I guess that's why you have like your whole account as Bello D Toys and Games, because you obviously you're working at the toy store in the first place. I mean, it's a really cool idea for the most part, working at a toy store. I don't know if like a toy store like could work nowadays in America, because everybody really just buys their toys like online. Maybe that's a thing that works better in a place like, I don't know, Asia or like South America or something, or maybe like in Europe where everything's a lot closer together. I should have just used the ultimate. Kaboom! Oh, that wouldn't even have been enough to kill him, because they don't have any critical boosters. Well, crit rate boosters. When's the next event? I think the next event is supposed to be next week or something. Because I'm pretty sure the Lilith event just ended recently, so they're going to set up another one. Go, baby, go! 21st is the event? Yep, that's next week. Hold on a second. Let me move this. I can't find it. There it is. We need some Metal Harbor for Asuka. Because I can always find the Dakimakura for like Asagi or Sakura, but finding the one that they released for Asuka is like impossible. I hate it because it's one of my favorite characters that gets totally shafted for the most part because she wasn't a favorite immediately. But it's like a convention every day. All you see are toys. That's a job I could totally get behind. It sounds like a lot of fun, at least. I imagine like you're trying to sell toys to like people or something like that. No. Here's a better question. What is the primary demographic of people you sell to? Do you sell to adults? Do you sell to kids? Like, do you sell to like lone adults, or do you sell to families? Because I imagine the people who buy toys like are obviously not children. So like, who's buying the stuff over there at the Bellady toy store? Because it sounds like, like the more that I think about it, it's like the adult market for toys is quite large compared to the children's one. Because what is it? A long time ago, I remember seeing some like marketing research done by Lego, and they would just like they'd shown off some data like who is buying all these Lego sets, and it's not kids, it's not families, it's single adults. Single adult males in the early 35 to 40 range. And yes, that's true. Aina releases for Gems next Tuesday. So everybody that's been waiting for her for the longest time, yes, it's been a long 2 weeks for sure. It's actually like, people are actually excited for this character to come out, and I don't blame them. It's been a hard, long wait for Aina, and we aren't waiting any longer. And obviously, we've shown off plenty about how good Aina is, and how strong she is as a character, and how great she looks. I'm like, yes! Yes! They didn't make her bad, they made her worthwhile to get. You have a Mona Genshin Figma? Those are sold out. Goodness, man. You actually, well, you work at the toy store, so you probably actually got first pick on it. What are you gonna do? You gonna sell your fat ass Mona Genshin Nendo? No, it's the Figma for it, not the Nendo. You're gonna sell your fat ass motion, your Mona Figma for like $900? Like the person who sells their Daiwa Scarlet Nendoroid for like $1,000 because it's it's out of print. No, it was a low run print, and they just didn't make anymore. Do you guys have the, I think this one goes back a little far, but do you guys have the Tharja, that really tall Tharja statue with her gigantic ass that's leaning over that stack of books? I remember seeing that statue like years ago, and it's like, man, that is so good. They have a Funko of everybody you've ever met in your life. Disgusting. I want that swimsuit Aina figure that's gonna come out. Because I remember they showed it like, oh, this thing is either last year or something like that. I want it. I want that fat fucking Aina statue so much. It's so good. You don't like Nendos actually? Oh wow. Usually when people talk about Nendoroids, it's always in comparison to like Funko Pops. I mean, I get the comparison, but it's like, I don't think they're inherently the same, you know? It's like an apples to oranges situation. They're both round, but they're not going to be exactly this. They're not exactly like the same family, you know? That is just so good. The Funko Pops are everywhere. I can even get a Funko of my dead grandparent, because you know they'll collab with anything that'll get them some money, right? Yeah, we'll have the official Cornsfield Funko Pop, where my grandpa were dressed up in his Civil War outfit. One Funko Pop of him would be like the extreme in caricature. Burping. Wouldn't that be great? It's like, yeah, thanks, Grandpa. Thanks for letting me use your likeness. Honestly, that Aina figure being only $200, that's not bad. Because when I was, because I have this like Fire Emblem statue for what's her face, Camilla. That Camilla statue at one point was going for like $600, and it still holds really high value today. That Aina figure going for $200, that's actually worthwhile. Honestly, if I find a listing for that Aina, I'll probably sell my Camilla for it. It was only $150 when it came out. I mean, that's to be expected. For it to go up in price a bit. It's not like a Fire Emblem character though, where it's like a hot commodity all the time. Like, Aina's great, but obviously she doesn't bring the big bucks like those kids do. I'm pretty sure that Aina, though, is unpainted, so you would have to do it yourself. Or at least, I remember the last time I saw it, it was unpainted. So I would think like, oh man, it's going to cost $150, and if I don't want to paint it myself, I would need to pay like another, oh, I'd say $100 to get it painted as well. And then ship it here. Oh lord. Might as well just start saving for a trip to Japan myself at that rate. Do you guys ever buy those NSFW figures? Because honestly, like I don't like the way that some of them look. They're not that like yeah, an NSFW figures, like, you know, they look nice, but they're kind of meh. I wouldn't say meh, they're kind of tasteless, you know? I'll get the $35 Gamer Subs Waifu Cups though. I see those sometimes at work, and I know a guy who has, like, he bought one of the first series versions of those, and he's had it for a couple of months. So like I looked at the cup one day and I thought to myself, like, because the cup is it's peeling, like the what is what is this called? It's not this. Would it be a sticker? Yeah, the sticker on the front with like little like the waifu lady on there. That's starting to peel off because like he cleans the cup, puts it in a dishwasher, and it gets all hot and everything. So I don't know. Maybe their durability isn't that great because in reality, at the end of the day, it's just like a regular plastic tumbler bottle that I have, you know, like 2 of those things, and I can just put an anime sticker I get off of Redbubble for like $6. But those waifu cups cost like $35 though. Sponsored by Trash Taste though. Gotta rep my boys, right? Gotta rep Connor and the gang. Yippee. Alright, have a good night there, Raptor. But if I was 17 playing this game, I would be a child. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm 17 years old, dude. I'm way underage for that sort of stuff. That's right, that's a no-no. This is a game you have to tell your parents before you go online about. You have the tall naked Sonoko that it's pretty nice. You can take off her clothes and glasses and stuff like that. Pretty good. I can dig it. I can admire the dedication to, you know, having a character like that, but it's like, nah. When I buy a figure, they go one direction, and that's in the cabinet. Not in a jar, not in the box. They go in the cabinet and they stay there. Maybe a couple of times a year to get dusted and sprayed, but that's it. And I do not want I don't want the Coomer figures out there. That's something I put in like my room shelf, you know. How you doing there, Postman? That's the main issue you have with them, is the horrible durability. I'm not gonna lie though, the character choices and like the art that they have for those cups, not my cup of tea. Where's the Kagami collab? I want to see that. I want to see some Kagami art make it to the Western world. That's not on a $20 mouse pad that you buy from eBay. I want to see that on an actually sponsored item. Isn't that great though? Uzaki herself and her mom are like both extreme. Uzaki's mom and her sister are like, that whole family right there are extremely popular. I love that. That is so great to see that they actually like they're so good about it. Like they didn't half-ass it. They merchandised the hell out of those girls, and it doesn't feel bad at all. I'm glad that like Uzaki got hers obviously, and I'm glad that her mom is getting actually like some goods as well. That's nice stuff. But the thing is, she like actually has a cast-offable sweater. I like that. Now, if you tell me it actually has like removable undergarments as well, like I can give her new underwear or new anything like that, then hey, like, more power to it. I like that. Oh, what are some things that you like and dislike in Action Taimanin, and what are some things that you would like for the game to improve? Well, that's a very long topic, and I know I have talked about it extensively, even today. But if I were to think of one right now, it would be lack of content and repetition is not very good, is way too high. Time of VR does not feel good to play. I would like them to overhaul Time of VR and essentially just give us arena floors 75 to 100, or make the arena farmable content that resets weekly. I effectively would have wanted the idea of Time of VR to be the big arena update. And, not arena, but the big tower update that gave us the last 25 floors. It became a farmable thing. and it included the challenge missions inside. Like those big, fat, bloated numbers, you could have put that into the co-op mission. That would have been great. Because if it's a co-op mission I'm doing with other people, I totally expect them to bloat the numbers. And if I want to do it solo, hey, more power to me. Morning there, Jermaine. How you doing, boy? We're out here farming the last little bits for Asuka's costume we need. And then there was one little special thing I wanted to do to get ready for the release of Aina on Tuesday. Which is why I wanted to farm it today, because I have to go to work tomorrow. She's got no underwear? Oh, damn! Well, I'm not too keen on the whole aspect of nudie figures. Getting naked Uzaki mom? Nice. I gotta commend that. But also the Cuphead Nendo, that I can get behind. Cuphead's like a franchise. Cuphead being like a game that's also extremely hard yet extremely cute. That's good stuff. That is what I like. Nice. Well, also, Timeverse, you're not gonna get a Shiranui mouse pad because there's a silicon shortage well, there's a multiple silicon shortage in Japan because they keep making too many titty pads. Yeah, if the players can just barely do it, or they have to resort to strategies that are just like absolutely ridiculous, it works. Look at Asuka right there. She's just having the time of her life. Head empty, no thoughts. She's just brainless and just beating the shit out of everybody. No thoughts, head empty. Not enough particles. Yeah, that's right. The Friday Night Funkin' Nendo's out too. Friday Night Funkin' is also a rhythm game I just can't really get into because they don't have any actual lyricism sort of stuff. It's just the sound effects. I'm like, eh. It's like DDR but on my keyboard. Yeah, we'll do a podcast with the Kazuna concept one day about things we like and dislike. Because I know I have a lot to say about that. I could honestly probably just fill up the like 3 hours just full of things I don't like. Because honest to God, if I do that again one day, I'll just write down I'll write down those things. Like how I made the video one day about UI improvements the game needs to have. And they actually took some of those UI improvements and put them into the game. Like they listen, but they don't listen well. Don't listen all the time. Dude, Bust a Groove. Oh my god. That's a fucking game right there. It's like, I'm the natural playboy. You know I got the moves. You know I got the groove. I'm the natural playboy. That's a good game. Parappa the Rapper is obviously like, you know, another go-to rhythm game people like as well. But guys, Guitaroo Man, that's a balls to the wall rhythm game right there, and that game rocks. Like it's all rock songs and all guitar-based stuff, and I love the guitars. I love guitar stuff so much. And then they have a game that's strictly just straight up guitar stuff. I'm like, it's a guitar Parappa the Rapper essentially, and it's like, oh, it's good stuff. I suck at the game, but it's really, the music's so good to listen to. Alright, that's Asuka completed for that. Let's do another round with someone else. Yep, Cuphead is the cute version of Contra. It so totally is. And honestly, well, in some areas, Cuphead actually beats Contra in some things. Well, also the whole fact of like Contra, well, not Contra, Cuphead takes a lot of ideas from Contra and other run and gun games like, you know, Metal Slug and all that, but they put like they put such a really good twist on it. It's like Cuphead's a really, really good game, guys. If you have never tried it, it's awesome. I remember when Cuphead came out and I just sat there like I was so into it. Like I got it. I think I got like, what is it? The max rank you can get for a mission is like A or S. I top ranked all of them. I spent like 2 weeks and top ranked all of the missions. I was like laser focused about it. Like I would come home from school and then go play it and then go to sleep. That was like my entire day, was just grinding those levels. I get fucking great at that game. I miss it. Let's see. We only want her. We need the critical boosters because we need her. And we need the explosive force that is Tekken Kaoru because we're playing with Rinko. Yeah, we don't need a defense down. We're going, we don't need defense down. Alright, we'll see you soon there, Belody. But if there's, okay, there's, oh god damn Rinko, your ass is huge. If there's any other thing that I would say about like action timing it needs to improve on, it's they need to rework, they need to go back and rework a lot of the skills. They should honestly just like do a character update for like at least like 9 or 10 of the characters, because a lot of them have either fallen off or need a very drastic improvement. I'm so very happy they did not put an aerial rave skill for some of the characters that are coming out, because it's such a waste. You can use that for other skills, and the fact they didn't give it to Aina is like great. She doesn't need it. Like Yukikaze has one of those skills too. She actually has 2 of them, and they're both terrible. Rinko's last figure is fire. Dude, everybody loves the Rinko figure. They all want that fat ass on their shelf. No, they want Rinko's booty shelf on their shelf. That's what they want. That's where it's at. Are we full bar? Yes. The Gremory way. We're gonna make her head smaller so the rest of her body looks bigger. So now it just looks like a Western artist problem. I still like Rinko's old victory pose. You know, why can't we toggle between the 2 of them? That's something that actually got me wondering now. Like all the characters who get updated, why can't we just, you know, have a toggle between the 2? Like you go like to the character stats menu, you can choose between like new, original, and renewed versions of their victory poses and everything. Or a better game would even let you be specific about which ones. Like you have original victory pose, but you have like improved body mesh or whatever. Sherlock mode. See, Rinko's another character that has really good feedback on her moves because it's loud. They screen shake. They have good effects that complement what's going on around her. That's it. This is a character they knew they wanted to make a lot of money off of, so they put a lot of effort behind it. Kaboom! Oh, she gets shot in the face. Aren't the victory poses called outros originally? Well, I mean, we call them victory poses because that's the colloquial term we use in the community. But, I mean, they are essentially outros. And I mean, you also say victory pose because you see that pose when they beat the stage. They also have a game over pose, which you don't see a lot. That's the losing animation. I would say a level outro would be something more like the end of the Asagi Subway Surfers thing, where she drives off in the distance on the bridge, and actually because they position the camera wrong, and Asagi doesn't drive far enough to make her character disappear to the viewer. So you actually see that she doesn't drive off the bridge, she just parks a little out of the character's view. But when Bella D was talking about Bust a Groove over there, it reminded me of something. Bust a Groove has a freestyle mode where you can play a song and then dance and do dancing motions to it to create your own little jam mix. I wish that in the training mode for this game, you were able to put on more than one skill and try them out in various combinations and situations. I effectively want the Void from Devil May Cry, or pretty much any training stage, an actual training stage from like a fighting game or something. They give us parameters to mess around with. But also the costume shuffle is inherently inside the game already through the rival system, but it doesn't get used very much obviously because every one character will just have them. Like one character will get a rival costume and that's it. That's the furthest it will go. I mean, it also kind of shows that it's not impossible to inherently switch the costumes around. Because a long time ago, there used to be a cheat engine table that let people dye costumes and switch costumes around to other people. So it's not exactly impossible to mess around with that and give it to other people. I mean, I wish this game would actually just take some of the ideas. If they were going to copy Honkai Third Impact, I would have really liked for them to just go full on and like steal a whole bunch of their concepts, because Honkai plays pretty nicely, and I wish they had some of those stuff in there. Like Punishing Gray Raven is a little bit less shameless about it, but it's a much better mechanical game. Also, the music of Punishing Gray Raven is awesome. That's great. That's honestly like, if there was ever going to be a true Devil May Cry mobile game besides the one for the Apple Store and the one from China, I want the Punishing Gray Raven guys to do it. Those Koreans know what they're doing. Those guys are great. Also, I'm glad that now we have a ×10 today, because spending 2,800 points of AP takes a long time when you have to spend it with 90. Another postman. We were talking about rhythm games earlier, and for the most part, it's like, you know, I said my piece about it. Have you ever played any of those? Do they have any of those type of game? Is that a thing over there in Croatia? Do people like rhythm games there? Because I've said my piece in regards to, like, here in America, people, you know, rhythm games are very niche here compared to somewhere like Japan, where they're actually a big deal and people like them a lot. Because, I mean, you have, like, peripheral-based games, like Guitar Hero, DJ Hero, Taiko, Donkey Konga, those games where you need a specific controller to play it, those really aren't as hot over here. However, when we play a rhythm game in America, it typically revolves around dancing. We like to dance. But, like, we like to dance a lot. So when games like Just Dance, like that game like Ubisoft is like one of those the developers that supported the Wii through and through. Like they love that thing. Like Just Dance have been releasing games like the WWE company has released wrestling games with the PS2. They keep giving it life. Like Just Dance games, they sell here, because you actually have to get into the game and do the motions. You don't use a controller for it for the most part. You use obviously a controller to move around the menus, but it's like you do the dances. People like that a lot. That's why I think it's like the biggest selling rhythm game in America for like many years. Like I remember when it came out on the Wii, it was like an instant hit. Like people at my middle school were playing that, and it's like when Guitar Hero and like all the likes started falling off, Just Dance, like it was still around. Because it's mostly a hit with women, because they don't have to use like a controller and learn how to play like the drums, or like learn how to play the Guitar Hero peripherals or anything like that, play the bongos. No, they don't have to do that. They can just sit there and dance. And it's a game that everybody can get into. That's probably the greatest strength of Just Dance. It's a rhythm game that it's like, you really feel like you're playing the rhythm. Like, I love playing Oendan, but it's, you know, I love Oendan and Osu, but it's, you know, can I really say it's a little bit more, can I say it's more than just clicking buttons on the screen and at the right time? No, I'm not actually learning how to dance I'm not learning how to dance. Parappa the Rapper is a very interesting rhythm game for sure, because it's like, what is it? In order to play Parappa the Rapper, you The 4 face buttons on the PlayStation controller are assigned to like a lyric that's for that part, and you freestyle the response back to what the person said, like a real rap battle. However, most people just end up copying the same thing because it's they don't really understand the controls very well. But it also works. You're more of a fighter's guy there, Mercer? That's fine. That's the same thing for me here. America does enjoy their fighters. A lot. How you doing there, John? We're just out here talking about rhythm games and other games we like. Because I wanted to talk about Persona, but it's like I keep remembering about rhythm games because Bella D reminded me of Bust a Groove, which is a really good rhythm game, especially in terms of like freestyle play. Just Dance is like probably the closest thing I could say that comes to it because of in terms of freestyle gameplay and in terms of motion. Because you actually have to pay attention with that with Bust a Groove. It's really important. Space Channel 5 is also the same way. Tekken 3 is a good one. Tekken 3 is a really good fighter. And yes, everybody, we all remember DDR. That's really great exercise, if you could call it that. Stomping the fucking shit out of that metal pad. Oh, see there, you missed it, John. We were talking about Project Diva earlier. We have some people who play that. Postman, I was thinking the other day about Far Cry 2. Like I in my Steam library I have Far Cry 2 when I bought it when I was still in high school. The last time I played it was February of this week, February of 2012. So that was like almost, I think, 11 years. That was like 11 years ago at this point. And I on it because like I dropped the game because I got malaria. Well, you get malaria in that game. I dropped it because I ran out of malaria medicine, and you need it. I started the second part of the game where you have to go to the next region, and I ran out of malaria medicine. When that ran out, I died. And there's a couple of scripted events that you have to continue with, and if you can't continue them, you're just going to continuously, endlessly dying there until you load an earlier save. And I uninstalled the game right then and there because I died, fell out of the car, and watched my death animation play while the car drove away. And the audio still kept playing. It's a very special moment in the game for me because it's the last thing I ever did, and it's such an insanely specific death. Dang it, Rinko. Alright, now I'm going to talk about Persona because I want to talk about that. I've been wanting to talk about that for a while. Jeff reminded me, it's like, Persona is obviously one of my favorite series because it's a really fun JRPG. It's a really fun JRPG with life simulator capabilities. Well, that's the idea that they've gone for from 3 onward. 3 is also one of my favorite games due to the way it presents itself. It's a legitimately tough game in certain portions, and it's very satisfying to learn how to play it correctly. Also, the story is like really compelling. It actually feels like, you know, we're a bunch of shitty kids that actually get thrown into an otherworldly situation, and we have no control over what's going on, and it feels really good. They kind of miss that out on 4 and 5. They go for like the more lighthearted side of things, and again, it can't take it as seriously. Like, the way I talk about Persona 3 is as if, like, you know, oh, it's like your first Persona game. It's like, you know, oh man, it's like, it's no wonder you have so much to say about it. No, I played through 4, like 100. I got it, did everything in it, and I much prefer 3's story and presentation. It's really good. It's probably my favorite game ever for the way it does things. Because I was going to talk about like how I wanted to get the Persona 3 portable Steam release, but it's a 100-hour JRPG, and I don't play that stuff here. That's a me thing. Yeah, you didn't play much of that for Far Cry 2. Did you play Far Cry 1 there, Postman? It's also not that good either. Like, honestly, you could say, when people say Fallout started with 3, you could say that Far Cry started with 3 too. Well, Nagi doesn't need that anymore. She's all maxed out. Let's give it to, who doesn't have enough points? Oh, I know who doesn't have enough points. It's you. Ambrose, you're very unfortunate. Alright. How many fibers do... Well, we need to open the box first. 43, that's not bad. Like, what did you play? Far Cry 1? Now that's a shitter. Mitsuri Kirijo, she is an absolute queen. I love her. She's so great. Her and Yukari are some of like my favorite females ever in like a series of games. I don't like how they portray them in the other titles, but their story from like, there's so many small things that they do with like how they make the Yukari and Mitsuru story arc go from like the beginning of Persona 3 all the way to the end of the answer. It's like fantastic. It is like my absolute favorite character arc for any gaming character. I don't know, I've yet to play not Xenoverse. What is that game called? No, I played Xenosaga. That's really good. Oh my god, I can't remember. It's Xenoblade Chronicles. Whenever I play that, actually get a good thing going with it, I'll see what that does. Alright, that's 185. So that means she's ready to rock. Let's go do this. Alright. We need to craft some crap. We need 40 of these. And we need 60 of this. You can only make 50 at a time. And because we're so well off, oh my god, we're finishing now, we're so fast, oh my god, look out! Here we go, fellas, the moment of truth. UFS Cavalry. We got the materials, well, except for that. We're almost there. Oh, that's right, we need these. Yeah. That's what we use those accelerators for that we've been saving up for all this time. Because what else are we going to use them for, right? The fact I can make a farming stream specifically to go get a costume is just how good these things are. 242? Nothing. Alright, there she is, baby. UFS Cavalry in our possession. Trigens are the most annoying enemies ever. I didn't even get that far to see the Trigens, and Far Cry 1. I got through like the first sort of 2 areas and that's it. I could not do that. That game sucks. It's so rough. I cannot. There we go. UFS Cavalry. Atta girl. We did it. It's Emily time, baby. Is the volleyball stream ready? I wish it was, dude. If I had my Xbox here, I would totally stream that again. I would totally stream that game. All right, get Emily, and we get Asuka. We gotta change their clothes. Whoops, that's the wrong one. We gotta get her. Oh, that's right. Watch this, everybody. Oh, yeah. 10 out of 10. Would love again. Yeah. Maxed out. We're doing everything for her this time. Max AP plus 15. Right on. There it is. Steel Reaper. This is the only costume I don't have for her. I'm actually amazed. I didn't realize just how many Asuka costumes I had. Okay, UFS Cavalry. Hold on, let me see what if I can color this. Oh my god, you can actually color the arms. I'm so happy. Wow. That's not bad actually. I don't want to give her purple because she's not purple. She's like, thanks, Doc. I love it. Oh yeah, the glasses for Asuka. It's so good. Like, I know Aina doesn't get hers, but I love the little like half moon glasses. It's great. I get the black and white dye for it. Oh yeah, I get salt and pepper. Ooh, that's cool. I like that. No. Fat tits are getting in the way. I like that. Oh, it's that. Oh, damn it. It's that. Oh, it's that kind of shade of purple I don't like. Ooh, Hatsune Miku. Oh my god. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh wow, I like this. It's ice. It's cool as ice. Hold on, what says modifiable? Ooh, wow, that's nice. She uses the metal texture, so everything is so highly reflective. Ooh. Gray, not so much. This is cool. She's like a health box. Wow. Oh, that's nice. I like this. I'm keeping this for now. I like that. She's got 2 big red ones on her chest. Aina's purple. We get default Emily. I don't know. We got the silver bullet Emily. Can we color that? Let's color you, Emily. Ooh, that's cool. Wow, that's a nice. Damn, that's good. I like that. Wow. What a strong showing right out of the gate. Wow. Emily hash browns. I'm keeping this. I'm keeping this one. This is good. That's such a strong showing right out of the gate. I like it. It fits her. Because she's got like the absolutely like electric, like burningly bright yellow hair. And then it's like they had the muted brown tones and like darker yellow. I like this. This is nice. So there we go. We've got the whole Taimanin crew over here. Lovely stuff. I'm gonna take a picture. I did not expect that to go as well. I love that Asuka one a lot. She's a walking health package. We got the night shift nurses collection here, homies. Yeah. Oh my god, they're angry. All right, that's awesome. I love it. Now I can start my project. Well, let's remove everybody. Tropical Island, trying to remember. Swimming pool, training bin, the bath, lakeside cherry blossom. Lakeside cherry blossom. I have Gosha Academy. That's probably the only place I could ever actually do it. 500 gems. Oh, you wound me, you game. You wound me. Ah. It's not like I don't have the money, but it's like, god damn. These idle stage. No, idle stage. Was idle stage free? I don't remember. Fuck it, we'll get it. It's like the best one. 4 only? That actually hurts my plan a lot. Uh-oh. That's not enough characters. What are some of the characters that have a picnic set? I think Idle Stage has 6 people you can use. Yes. So I think Idle Stage and Tropical Island have 6. Probably a lot of the rest of these have 4. Dang it. It should be at least 6 or 10. It's like it should be. Those pillars froze and like they're in their idle animation, right? Their idle animation where they stand still. I thought my game froze for a moment. It should be 10. It should be even more. All right, now I need to go find everybody. Because now that we have all the nurse costumes, I want to put them all together. Get the Night Shift Nurses Club. We need to show them off. We're gonna show up. We're going to show out here today. These girls done showed up. Oh, it's Emily's default costume. UFS Cooperator. There it is. Much like you. We understand the same things, because much like you. What is it? What's that line Krauser says? It's like, because much like you, we're American. It's something absolutely stupid. Wow. Jesus, Emily, you're tall. Look at that. We got the human centipede over here. They're all perfect heights, like on top of each other. Wow. Even with heels, it's like Emily just towers over everybody. Can I change the colors? I don't think I can. Or at least I'm pretty sure I can't change the colors. Because what I want to do is it's a nice fun one. It requires... Alright. No matter, let's get started. What time is it? Oh fucking shit, it's 3:23 in the morning. I'll save this for later. Yeah, we'll save that. It's really late here. I didn't even realize it. I was having too much fun. Oh, man. We did it there, fellas. We farmed hard and fast, and we got Asuka's costume, and now we have all 3 of the nurse costumes in the game. Ain't it great? Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. I've got to get some rest for work tomorrow. I didn't realize it was so late. It's almost 4 in the morning here. My goodness. Thanks for coming by, everybody. That was a really fun stream today. We talked about a lot of stuff, and we had a lot of fun, too. We worked hard and got ourselves that fantastic Aina costume. Ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-bam. Not Aina costume, but Asuka's costume. Wow, look at that. See you later there, Asuka. And see you later, everybody. That was fun. I hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.